Did you know that there were thousands of award-winning global keynote speakers, all featured in Forbes, Fortune, the New York Times, and Fast Company, all on Clubhouse? Yep, all there. Hey guys, welcome back to this week's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about, yes, you guessed it again, Clubhouse, but more specifically, we're going to talk about Clubhouse Influencers. Now, this video is going to be pretty short because we are going to be hosting a room on Clubhouse to talk about Clubhouse Influencers. And I'll be hosting a room with Joseph Jaffe and a few others talking about the challenges and some of the things that you need to consider and think about before engagement with a Clubhouse influencer. Now, first, let me start off by saying that I am not the influencer police. I don't go check people's follower counts or engagement rates to determine whether or not they're influential. In fact, everybody is influential to some degree. You have a small circle or a large circle of influence, online or offline, and you are influencing people to purchase products, to not purchase products, to go to a restaurant or to not go to a restaurant. So we are all influential. But when a client comes to me and says, we're thinking about investing this many dollars into a partnership with a particular influencer, well, I need to do my due diligence. I need to go and investigate whether or not this person is actually going to drive business value. So I decided to do a little bit of investigation and look at some random influencers, some of who I purposely did not know, and just put them through our algorithm to determine whether or not they were in fact influential based on how we define what influence is. But before I talk about what I found, let me first talk about how we are measuring influence. Now, I've talked about this before in a few other videos, so my apologies if you've seen this before already. But let me just recap. So we look at 4 factors when we look at influence. The first one being reach, and that is how large is your audience across the entire ecosystem. The second one is relevance. So how often are you talking about a topic? In other words, do you have authority to talk on this topic? Now, I'm in Clubhouse all the time, and I'm hearing people say, here's how you grow your followers on Clubhouse, and they've been on for 2 weeks. So you have to have authority, which means there needs to be history on whether or not this person is influential on that topic. The third is resonance. When they do talk about a topic, is it generating engagement? Is it resonating with their audiences? And that resonance can be measured across LinkedIn through likes, comments, shares, on Twitter, on RSS subscribers, on links or Reddit, comments. And then the last one is reference. So are these influencers being referenced by someone else? Preferably another influencer or maybe the media, or if they've done research, is it being cited in analyst reports? So those 4 factors to me determine relevance. Now, going back to my experiment. So what I did is I collected about 10 different profiles and I got their names, I got all their info, and I just did some random Googling because I wanted to understand who these people were. Now, of the 10 that I found, there were about 6 who were legitimately influential. Now, I don't know about what. I just looked at, again, how large their followers were. I ran them through an algorithm to see, are they generating engagement? What's their growth rate look like? But then there were 4 that I had no idea who they were. In fact, I Googled their name and I thought I'd written their name down wrong, but there was nothing in Google about this person. Now, one thing about Google is that Google will dynamically show influencer content in the search results, most likely in the first page, because if they are influential and they are writing long form content of some sort, then that information, that search result will appear in Google. Now, when I Googled their name, I found nothing. And so that's 40% out of a very small sample size of 10. And that was my experiment. So the point of all this is that before you jump into a relationship or a contractual relationship with an influencer, you have to do your due diligence. Just because they have 10, 15, 20, 30,000 followers on Clubhouse doesn't mean they're influential in other channels. In fact, most people that I see using Clubhouse, and I say most, and that's not true. Some people that I see on Clubhouse, when you go to their other channels from their bio, they have their numbers are very small. Now, again, I'm looking at one data point, which is follower count. So forgive me. That's just my first general impression. So these things are very important, especially when you are about to invest, large sums of money. We're seeing that happen across the ecosystem through brand sponsorships and things like that. So do your due diligence and make sure that who you're partnering with is actually influential and not just on Clubhouse. right? Because Clubhouse is a not a fad, but it's the hype. Everybody's talking about it. Social audio is like everything. All these LinkedIn's launching their channel. It's opening up to Android. All these things are happening. So the question then is, if you're trying to partner with influencers around a topic like 5G or AI, then you need to find influencers that are well-rounded. They're publishing long-form content. They're recording videos. They're doing short-form, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, etc. You have to have what I call multi-channel influence. And that's just my personal opinion on how I recommend my clients to partner with those influencers. So I'm really excited to talk about this with Joseph Jaffe on Wednesday. So please make sure that you click on the link and get all the details, and then chime in. We like to have open rooms. We're going to talk for 10, 15 minutes. And then open it up for other people to address the crowd, right? And it doesn't have to be a question, because I don't know everything. Joseph doesn't know everything. We're just facilitating a conversation on Clubhouse about influencers. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.